weapon of mass destruction is human.
Well, hey, everybody. We need to get some air conditioning cranking here. Putting it down to 65, because 68 just wasn't enough. Oh, come on with the fan. There we go. How's everybody doing on Monday night? Whoo! All right. Let's see how everybody's doing. We have a great crowd as usual here on Monday. And I'm just going to keep on playing. Just wanted to say hi real quick. Say hi to some people that are up front here. We have Eileen, my fantastic and amazing moderator. One of my fantastic and amazing moderators. We have Hugh. We have Kate BMG. We have Shell. We have Robbie. Robbie, I did you swat, man. Swat. Oh, let's see. I bet after cranking it up to 11, AC is a must. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Edward. I think you're new around here. So thank you for finding me and hanging out. Hey, Cold Acres in the house. Cousin Mark is in the house. You got it, man. Yeah, so I brought a few new ones in this week, and last week I brought in Frankenstein. Last week I attempted to do Black Dog. I don't know if I'm going to do that again this week. We'll see. Thank you, Eileen, for putting up my links. Definitely much appreciated. Let's see. Let's go to the top real quick because we have a good crowd. I'm going to keep playing. Hello, Mom. Mom's tune is next. Thank you so much. And we have some super chats. We have one from Shell. Thank you, Shell. I'll do your set of tunes in a little bit. And we have Robbie. And we have one from my cousin Mark for doing the... we're going to be doing Murder in the Dark, which is one of his band's tunes, but I guest appeared on the solo and all the little goody parts at the end. Oh, yes. So I'm going to do that in a moment. Rebel Rider, awesome guitar player. Thank you. If you're new, please subscribe, like, share with a friend who digs guitar. I don't sing. Not here, not tonight. I do everything as instrumentals with the guitar doing the singing. Yeah. Puppy Badass. Hi, Vince. How are you doing? I'm doing all right. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming by. If you're new around here, please say you're new so Eileen can keep track of who's new, which I'm sure she's already done that, but as for me as well. Is it Fractal Axe Effects, Vince? Yes, it is. It is the blue glowing lights back there, over there. There, you get it. And Eileen already put the link up. I have been using Axe Effects or Fractal products since 2010, I think it was. Yeah. Haven't turned on a tube amp since. Oh my God, these things are so great. All right, so let's keep playing. This is the time of the evening. Also, hey, I do want to mention, I did see a couple people address... All right, you're new. Thank you for being here. I did see some people address that it is the 2-year anniversary of Wendy passing away tomorrow, and thank you for that. I got some texts and emails today that were very amazing, and that's why I'm using the pink guitar, because this was her guitar. So there you have it. All right, so let me get on with another axe. Yes, I do. I have my monitors right in front of me, my studio monitors. And then I have... Where the heck am I? That right there, that Fender speaker. I have 2 of them in the room. So I have a nice stereo quad sound going on. It's pretty awesome. And it's a great volume to play to, so it's not cranked. I've been considering switching to an Axe Effects Mark III. Yeah, I don't think you'll ever be disappointed. The fractal stuff is amazing, and if you do, if anybody does purchase any fractal gear, tell them you saw it here, if that's where you saw it, you know, or if I've inspired you to buy it. I don't know if they'll give you a discount, but it's nice. They keep track of that sort of thing. I'm endorsed by them, and endorsements don't mean free gear. I could tell you that much. Yes, thank you for putting in the rainbows and the pink. Why doesn't this move up? And the pink hearts for Wendy. Really appreciate it. All right, so let's see. I'm going to play Over the Rainbow for... Hey, Andrew, what's up? It's one of my students. What's going on, Andrew? Good to see you. I am going to do some Lou Palo Over the Rainbow for Mom because it's 10 o'clock. And that's what we do here at 10 o'clock. That's what we play every week. We do Over the Rainbow. I used to play with Lou Palo from the Les Paul Trio. And he was a good friend of mine. And we would do this song every week. Sometimes we did it multiple times a week when I would play with him. So, oops, that was silly. I moved the wrong thing. Jeez. Oops. Alright. So this is Lou's guitar. It's not his personal one, but this is his signature Les Paul. It's a Les Paul that he had built for him. There were only 400 made. Gibson honored him with a Les Paul because he's the man who got the man Les Paul out of retirement. There we go. So yeah, there it is. it. Awesome. So if you're new here, please like, subscribe, share, and all of that fun stuff. I really appreciate it, and it helps. All right. So what also helps is commenting like crazy maniacs. So for this song, please light up the chat with rainbows. All right? All right. Here we go. Little Lou Palo version, Over the Rainbow. He asked me to learn this, and we never rehearsed. And I picked a version off of the internet that I found of him playing it with Les at a HBO special, I believe it was called Les Paul and Friends. Yeah. All right, here it is. This always goes out to Mom and Eileen. Hey, Tina, what's up? Thanks for being here. Come on over to YouTube. The party's over here. Oh, yes. All right, here we go. What year is your Parker Fly? Which one? The one on the thumbnail is a 2007, and I was going to use that maybe next. I love that guitar. It's a special guitar as well. So let's get through this tune, and then maybe we'll talk some Parker Flies. Oh, look at that. You guys are doing great with the rainbows. I appreciate it. Awesome. All right, here we go. right, a little Over the Rainbow for Mom. And for Eileen, and for whoever else wants to hear that tune. Yeah, all right. Hey, Vanessa, what's up? All right. Oh, let's see. On the one Mark is referring. Oh, back in the 80s, Mark and I, late 80s, early 90s, Mark and I had a band together in California, and we had this rehearsal space in his house on the second floor, and I had my my Crackle, no, not my Crackle Charvel, I had my blue homemade guitar. It's I still have it. It's a beautiful guitar. And yeah, I was doing the whole Yngwie flip it around your neck thing and catch it and play, and I did that a few times, and one of the times the strap lock came off and the guitar kept going. Bye-bye. That was bad. So thank you all for putting up the rainbows. I am really grateful for that. Thank you. Thank you. Was it him or the guitar? That was the guitar. Oh, hey, Angelo, what's going on? Good to see you. Yes, yeah, so that was what was going on back in the 80s. I was practicing my swing the guitar around your body and catch it and keep playing trick. And it worked a few times until that one time when the strap lock came off. Yeah, bye-bye, there it went. Yes. All right, so let's see. I need to get, I need to put this over here so I could see what the heck I'm doing. And then this happened already, so that needs to go over here. Where are you? Ah, there it is. There. No, that's the wrong spot. There. Okay, cool. All right, so all the songs are in the order in which they need to be for the next bit. Oh, except for Mark's tune that I'm playing on. We need to get that happening. Where are you? There it is. All right, this tune is called Murder in the Dark. It's a cool tune. It's funky. It's heavy. It's all of the above. All right. I should have. And if Mark had a pool, I would have just dove right in from the second floor. Oh, yes. Andrew Moore. Yes, poor guitar. Yeah, well, since we're talking about it, I'll just show it to you guys. It's still in great shape. I don't even know if it has that many chips on it, considering the beating it took. It probably still has the strings on it from whatever year that was. The 80s, 90s. Yeah. This is it. It's a pretty cool guitar. Looks brand new, right? So this is my sister's on. Vanessa, your friend painted this. He had an auto body shop. Who was that? I gave him my blue CE2 chorus pedal by Boss, I believe it was. And I said, match the paint the best you can. I want a blue sparkle guitar. And that's what he did. But the neck was a Charvel Jackson shark tooth inlay neck with a like a headstock like that Charvel, which is the Van Halen guitar. Yeah. That guitar was awesome. And my girlfriend at the time was an artist, and she wrote my name in calligraphy, I believe, at the top of the headstock. Yeah. There's pictures of me on Instagram of me with this guitar, wearing a leather jacket, sitting on a road case with hair like down to here. So just go find me on Instagram and scroll through them. You'll find it. So let's see. How does this thing... Yeah. Yep. That's it. Yeah. That right there is probably from the landing. when it crashed. Yeah, at your house. Other than that, this thing's a tank. Whoever painted it did a fantastic job because it didn't even chip. Yeah, let's see. Hang on. Let's do this. Let's turn this down. Let's turn this up. Let's mess with it for a moment. Yeah, this guitar kicks ass. It's a little thinner than a regular Strat because I sanded it down. I wanted an Ibanez, but I couldn't afford it back then, so I cut out all the. Oops! I cut out the two sides, right? So I can get that reach. Look at that reach. Friggin' awesome. Yeah, so this is just basically, like I said, it's kind of a homemade thing. And then I had Vanessa's friend paint it. Yeah. So, oh yeah, this neck is really thin. It's the same neck as the stuff that not Van Halen, that Steve Vai had made up for him because I believe we took this guitar to Performance Guitars in Hollywood to get it fixed, and they talked me into getting this neck because I wanted 24 frets. So yeah, so I believe this is a Performance. I know it is. It's a Performance Guitars neck, so it's the same thing as those pre-Ibanez's that Vai was playing. Yeah. All right. Yes, thanks. This is a Seymour Duncan. No, this is a DiMarzio. I can't remember. I mean, we're years ago. You know, this is like 40 years ago. I have no idea. My guess is this is a Duncan Distortion before they put the name on the pickups. This must be a Duncan Distortion, and this is just something they had laying around the shop. I am right. See, I knew it. Oh, there he is. I am correct. Performance Guitars, yes, in Hollywood. Yeah, basically a wizard neck. Nice shell. Let us know when you're home and I'll crank out your set of tunes. All right, so let me get the other guitar and get back to doing some playing. I love talking gear, but I don't want to bore people, so I don't know. Uh-oh, did Eileen find the picture? She found the picture. That's hilarious. So there's the picture of me sitting with this guitar on the video shoot for Red Alert, the game, with the original neck, and Vince with the super long hair, wearing probably a black fringe jacket that I still have, with jeans with rips in the crotch, because it was the 80s/90s, and that's what you did back then. Oh my God. All right. Let's turn this down. Yeah, it does look like a Kramer because my other guitar that I used was a Kramer Pacer Deluxe. So yeah. Oh, it's just the IG profile. Okay. Yes, it is a Kramer style. But again, these deep cuts. Oh, if you're talking about the new Kramer, they copied me. I was pissed when that came out. This I did in 19 '89. So this was way before that blue Kramer crackle thing. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I think he's referring to the paint job, Robbie. The paint on that new Kramer that's out. All right. Okay, now we have the black Pia, and this is the guitar I recorded Mark's tune on, so I like using this guitar, especially because I have 8s on it. Alright, so let's see if I can remember this. I say that every week. I'm my own worst student. I don't practice anything. This is it. This is when I practice. Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, I think I got it. Let's see, let's put this up. Okay, hopefully we got a good mix and we're ready to rock here. Oh, let's see, we have Florida Claimers Ted. Hello. Are you new here? What's up? We can't see your cool stuff because my software is silly. Anyway. Alright. Ha! Yes, you know this guitar. Stick around, Andrew. I'll do some Hot for Teacher for you. Yeah. Alright. Thank you, Edward. Yeah, after my wife, you know, when she bought that guitar, it was for herself, the pink Pia. And I was endorsed by Parker for years, and I had no interest in any other guitars until I set that up for her. So, then I was hooked and I bought myself this one. This is the Onyx Black Pia. This thing's beautiful. Plays amazing. Alright, here we go. Enough yapping. We'll do some playing. Alright, a little Murder in the Dark by Deegan Stone. And my cousin Mark on the drums. Alright. Very cool, very cool. Ah, yes. Let's see. Alright. Well, let's see here. Oh, I guess guess you guys went to the Instagram. That's funny. Alright. Let's see. And the picture with the two girls looks super 80s too. Oh my god. Yes, that was some fun stuff. Fun stuff back then. Oh yeah. All right. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me on your song, and thanks for throwing me the 10, man. That was awesome. Let's go through the super chats. We have some super chattage from Shell, super chat from Robbie, and a super chat from Mark. Thank you so much to everyone who does that. I appreciate it. We've been streaming here for an hour and 21 minutes, and we have 631 comments, and I like to try and get this to 1,000 as soon as possible. Hi, Yoko Lee. Insane. Well, thank you. Metalhead Hippies in the house. Hello, Jeff. What is up, brother? I did some Santana earlier, but I will do some again. Right now, I'm going to do... some Van Halen for Andrew, if he's still around. Hopefully he is. And I'm going to get myself, where is it? There we go. Oh yeah, can't forget about the guitar spoon. I've been playing and chatting. I forgot to even take a sip. Alright, so it's time to sip. Here we go. So first of all, I have merch. And you guys and gals who have bought the merch have been more than happy with the merch. It's a very cool... Let's get that out of there. It's a very cool mug. I have hats. I have all kinds of stuff. But that's the pink, Panther Pink Pia. Monday Night Live. And this spoon is from Lori's Mishmash, who always shows up here on the show. And I usually hang on her show on Fridays at midnight Eastern. And then we follow up to the man, the parking lot legend, Gary Hubbs. So there we have some Tinkle Tinkle Little Spoons for Gary. The spoon from Lori. And the super sip, the super slurp of the week for my friend Anthony Rufo. Here we go. All right. Awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So, yeah, let's do, it's not a Monday without the tinkle from the spoon or the merch and the, yeah. I'm like my own worst. I don't promote myself. There you go. There's the promotion for the evening. Hey, I'm Cloaking's in the house. What's up? All right. So I think I'm going to do... I don't know. I always get nailed for copyrights, but let's see what happens. One of my shows won't even load, and I'm trying to figure out what I did that night that would have them block the show. They didn't even put it up. So anyway, all right, what do we have here? That's it. Oh, awesome, man. I think I'm going to get myself a bucket hat. That's a popular one. I think Eileen has a bucket hat. Someone else bought the bucket hat. And Tone13, if you're here, I know he bought the regular baseball cap, I believe. Lori bought a mug. Hello, Lori. My cousin Mike bought something. Now it's just getting to the point as I can't keep track of who bought stuff anymore, which is a good problem to have. But I appreciate anybody who buys stuff. I know Tina bought a hot cold mug sipper thing, so that's cool. Thank you, Tina, if you're still here. All right, so let's see. Are we going to try this? Monday Night Live. Set lists. All right, we're going to do my best on this. So, let's switch guitars one more time. Because you have to do it on the man's guitar. There's no other way around it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You guys will understand in a second. I hope this thing's in tune. I really don't want to mess with it. But if you're gonna play Van Halen, you have to play it on the Van Halen axe. All right, here we go. I hope we're in tune. Okay, here we go. Little Van Halen for Andrew. All right. Hey, Ryan is in the house. Hello, Ryan. Ryan Hall. What's going on? Where is he? There he is. There he is. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was going to play some EVH first, I mean. Yes! Doing some EVH. I already forgot what I said I was going to do before that. Before I decided to do the EVH for Andrew. All right, anyway. I'll remember. Or maybe someone else will remember and put it in the chat. Thanks, Andrew. Wasn't my best take. Been having trouble with my pointer finger, and it's hard to hold the pick. Been having some guitar playing issues, injury issues. Yeah. All right, cheers, everybody. So that is the Van Halen performance for the evening. Let's see. Hey, Les is in the house, all the way from Australia. We have Benji from New Zealand. We have Dwight Bailey. Hello. Thank you. Oh, you're fantastic, man. I'll see you this week sometime for your lesson. Yes, sir. Yes, we have all kinds of people from all over the place, which is amazing. We have the Metalhead Hippie from Alaska, and we have, where did he go? I know he's here. I'm pretty sure he's here. Hugh Caldwell from Scotland. We have people from all over the planet, let alone all over the country. But yeah. All right, so next, let's see. I don't remember. We are going to do, oh, I can just go here. All right, that's what we're doing. We're doing some originals. All right, we're going to do this original. This goes out to Eileen. Let me grab my black Pia because I need that guitar. Oops. Help if I unplug. All right. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Monday. And I hope you all had a fantastic week. Because it has been a week since I've seen you guys and gals. All right. Let's get this guitar in rock mode. Alrighty. Here we go. This one is called Take You There. And it's an original. Here we go. Here we don't go. All right. I wonder if I left the audio on in the room. That was weird. I don't know. Hopefully it sounded good out there for everybody. Hey, Gary Hubbs is in the house. The parking lot warrior. All right, we will do some official noisy tinkle spoons. The tinkle tinkle of the glass. The spoon brought to you by Lori's Mishmash. Yeah. And merch mugs, hats, t-shirts, super sippas. All right, so let's see. Streaming almost for 2 hours. We are at 919 comments. Boy, I hope we can get that going to 1,000 real soon. Oh, let's see. I'm sure you can. All right, let's see. What's next? Thank you, Eileen. We'll throw that out there while I'm figuring out what's next. That is the merch shop. There it is. If anybody cares to grab some merch, that would be cool. Hey, Les has... Oh, there we go. Les is asking, is Smooth on the list? Is Smooth on the list? Let's see. No, but it is now. Let's do Smooth. Andrew wants to hear some more Van Halen. All right. I think we can do some Van Halen. Edward wants to know if I'm drinking coffee. No, this is actually a 7-mushroom blend by Z Natural Foods, and it's a super healthy thing to have, especially at this night, a time of night. See that? We're all just a little behind here. No, it is not. Whoops. Where? Jeez. There we go. Not Rise. I do have Rise, and I have that occasionally, but this is more of a relaxing type drink. Rise has caffeine in it. This has no caffeine. 0 caffeine. Yes, but I can't slurp it. Are you talking about the bourbon? Yeah, no slurping bourbon. Never again. We'll slurp the mushroom blend, though. Yes, sir. All right. I'm gonna let you guys just have a blast chatting it up in the chat here. I've been drinking the Rise Mushroom Coffee and Sleep Time hot cocoa for a few months now, and I'm happy with it. Cool. Yeah, I'm thinking of getting the sleep one too. This one is. It's just a 7 blend of mushrooms, and it's really good. It tastes like hot chocolate. I put a little coconut powder and a dash of stevia to make it sweet. Yeah, it's called 7 Mushroom Blend by Z Natural Foods. I really should put like a what the hell is that called? An Amazon page together, because I recommend them all the time. Might as well make some money off it if you guys buy it. Wouldn't cost you anything extra. All right, let's see. Oh my God, what are we slurping bourbons for? We toasting something? I'm not drinking. Playing long, Edward. I wonder. Yeah, how long you been playing, Edward? And glad you're here. Glad you're chatting it up. Yes, Lori gave me the the Rise because she didn't like it, and then she gave me that and the spoons for my birthday, which was pretty hilarious. All right. Okay, we're gonna do another original. Can he do that? Can we do this one? This one's a fast one. This one's gonna knock bro out. I'm going to be on the floor. Maybe we don't do that one just yet. Let's see. Let's do this one. We're going to do a tune called Soaring. Yeah, we're going to do Soaring. Edward has been playing since 2004. Nice. What kind of guitar you got? All right. Oh my God, you guys are going crazy with the bourbons. Oh, that's awesome. We're at 994 comments, so you're getting it there. You're getting it there. All right. Thank you for chatting it up. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna grab my other guitar. Yes, my other guitar that I need for this song. Might as well do a twofer with this guitar. Maybe a threefer. All right, we got the John Patruchi. And the reason why I need this is for a few things. One, I need the crazy Sustainiac thing that he's got here. The Sustaina. And I need lots of, did I say that? Whatchamacallit? Room. And Steve Vai is my favorite guitarist, as y'all can probably already tell. Yes, Steve Vai is awesome. Little fun fact, Edward, I played with him at Vai Academy. It's on my YouTube channel. And so far, all the originals you heard had Stu Ham on bass. I did a bunch of guitar clinics with Stu over the years. I know Stu, and he's a great dude. Yeah. All right, so I have to put it in Patruchi mode, nice and high, for this song. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see how it goes. right. Thank you all for hanging out here tonight and every Monday night. Let's see. We're at 1,089. We've got it. Coldacre. Come on, Left Flower. Give it 110. Yeah. I don't know what's going on over there. I don't know. Getting a little lazy, I think. I think that's what's going on. Phoenix. What's up, Phoenix? What is up? All right. Let's see. Let's move that over here. You know what's a guitar I would like to get my hands on, but it's out of pocket right now. What's that? What would that be? What guitar? Or did you say it already? That looks like a very interesting guitar. Yeah, this is the Patruchi Majesty. This thing's wonderful. It has a 25 dB boost in the first knob. It's a push thing. So you just hit that and you got 25 dB boost, sustain like crazy, and then you can just push it back in. This is a coil tap. And then this is the piezo acoustic sound. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, so let's see. Right? The flower needs a caffeine kick. Absolutely. All right. So Shell is back. So we have to do Shell's tunes. And I think we're going to do... Yeah, we're going to do those. Zip. We're going to put those here. And then we're going to put an original after it. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so I'm going to grab the Parker Fly. The one that's in the... Andrew wants some Van Halen. Yes, but Shell already requested her stuff earlier, and she was on the way home from work. So let me get these in. We have plenty of time. I'm going till midnight, so hang in there, everybody. We'll get to some more Van Halen. 25 dB boost. The face you have knowing you have the last word over the sound guy. Absolutely. I also have a louder than you button programmed in my Fractal because sometimes you really can't depend on the sound guy. So yeah, it's called I'm Louder Than You, which gives me an insane amount of boost on my entire sound. It just comes like like a tsunami. Oh, yes. All right, so here we go. This is going to be... Yes, I'm going to grab the Parker. The one that's in the thumbnail for tonight's show. And we're going to do the big medley for Shell. And I will be right back because I believe that's across the room and I got to switch this and I need a moment. So hold on. Talk amongst yourselves, tell some jokes, and I'll be right back. Alright, so this is one of my favorite axes to play. I've had this since 1997. This is a Parker Fly Classic. You can see in the top there that it says Classic. And it's in a wonderful paint called Solar Flare. Pretty awesome. And you can't get these guitars anymore. They don't make them. You can only find them used on eBay. And it's pretty crazy. There you go. Kick back a few bourbons. I should have a bourbon tonight. That's what I should do. But anyway, yeah. So this is the Parker Fly Solar Flare. Let me show you this. Look at this back. No other company has a neck joint like that. I can reach anywhere I need to be. This thing's amazing. Solar Flare. Solar Flare. Thank you. Alright, so this next bunch of tunes goes out the shell. Alright, here we go. Kicking some butt on the Solar Flare. Thank you all for hanging out. We were at 1,154 comments. I appreciate everybody chatting it up. Yeah. So, thank you all for hanging. I do this every Monday for everybody who's new. Some of the songs are the same. Some of them are different. Some of them I forgot about and bring them back and totally botch them up. But that's part of it. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm just trying to have a good time. That's what it's all about. Have a good time and make you guys have a good time and forget about your week and whatnot. And just hang out. Everybody's friendly. It's really nice. Yeah, Parker got discontinued. I was endorsed by them for about 20 years, maybe longer. And I was endorsed by Randall Amps as well. So that's how the Stu Ham stuff came about. Well, actually, I was friends with Stu before that, but Stu was using Washburn and I can't remember the name, Eden Amps. And Washburn and Eden and Parker and Randall were distributed by the same company, US Music. And when Rudy sold the company to Jam Music, Jam basically decided to just get out of the building end of the business and crushed all the brands that they had to build. So the only ones that they kept part of is Washburn. And I'm not even sure if they build them in the U.S. anymore. So a little history on that. Okay, dokay. Here we go. Hey, William's in the house. Let's see if anybody else has jumped in. I don't think so. If I missed you, I'm sorry. It's been a busy chat night. Like I said, we're at 1177 now. You guys are awfully chatty, and it's awesome, and I appreciate it. And now we're going to rock. Let me get this set up. Beautiful. Ugh. What happened? Alright, so you guys hear me now? Check 1, 2. I have lights. We're good. Alright. You know what else is messed up? My comments are stuck, so I couldn't see you guys telling me that you couldn't hear me. So thank you for getting that text over to me. Thank you. Alright. We're back. Here we go. All right. That had a weird start. But yeah, there you have it. It. The Big Medley and Miserlou. Hello, fish. What's going on? Ryan, I miss Rich too. Saw him at Willie's stream. Yeah, Rich. We did a tribute here to Rich. Yep. A couple weeks ago. All right. Look at all the surfers. Thank you. So let's see. We are at 2 hours and 26 minutes of the stream. We have a good, nice amount of super chats. You're welcome, Shell. You are welcome, and thank you, and thank everybody who hangs out here every Monday, comes back and chills out. Just lost my spoon. Making a mess all over the table again. There we go. All right. So Andrew asked for some Van Halen. So let's see what Van Halen I have left that I can do. Let's see. Yeah, we can do, which one's more fun? Yeah, we'll do this one. There we go. All right, so is Andrew still hanging out? Is Andrew still hanging out? Andrew, are you here? Let's see. Is Andrew still here? Andrew is here. There he is. All right, Andrew gets a little Van Halen. Yeah, let's see. Should we? Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's do that. Let's put that on mute. Let's actually mute the right thing and not the whole thing. My goodness. I should. That's actually the second time that's come up, Edward. I should do that. Oh, yes. Yeah, Fish, unfortunately, Rich passed away, I think it was like back in June or early on in June, yeah. So, yeah, Rich GT, yes, that's the same Rich. Yep, he would always request or love when I did Over the Rainbow and Blues, so, yeah, so that always would go out to him and my mom and Eileen, and, yeah, so we're going to do some Van Halen, and then maybe we'll do some blues for Rich. Yeah. Yeah, I did Hot for Teacher before. I did. We're going to do Ain't Talking About Love. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. All right. There's a cool thing about this song. So he starts with the phaser on, and then just for that little bit, he throws the flanger on. It's pretty cool. So check it out. Little Van Halen for Andrew. Yeah. All right. Whoo! Hey, we have Lori back in the house. Hello, Lori. All right. Gary Hubbs. All right, Andrew. Hope you enjoyed that Van Halen. Let's see. I forget. I had so many things I wanted to do. I can't remember. He's in a different tuning. Yes, but I use software and tune him up because I can't stand tuning down. So that's my my thing. I tune Edward up to 440. I know it's sacrilegious, but that's what I do. You're welcome. He's down a half step. All the Van Halen stuff is down a half step. Awesome. Good for you, man. Andrew's one of my better students. He's starting to learn modes and stuff now. Pretty cool. All right. What time do we have? 2:35. 2 hours and 35 minutes. We're at 11:45. We have 1,554 comments. You guys and gals are fantastic. The super chats, one more time. The thanks to Shell. Thanks to Robbie. Thanks to Cousin Mark. And thanks again to Robbie. Yeah, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you all for the super chats. And I do get some PayPal stuff, so, but I never get the notice to my phone. So, yeah. Yeah. That black and white EVH guitar would sound good in E flat. Yes. Yeah, that one is also in 440. But I should tune that one down. That way I can do the Van Halen stuff. I could tune the red one down because I don't really use the Van Halen guitars on anything else other than Van Halen. Yeah. All right, so let's do you know what I'll do? I'm gonna do, where is it? Where's the blues tune? Where are you? Don't yell at me. Okay. Let's try here. Nothing. What the heck? Did I delete it by accident? There it is. Okay. Do some blues going out to Rich. Even though, you know. Actually, we'll just have this go out to Shell. How's that? That's what we'll do. Hey, Hugh's back. It's got to be like 6 in the morning for Hugh. Thanks for being here. All right. All right, a little blues. Monday Night Blues. All right. You guys and gals are fantastic. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for chatting. Hey! Never sign a contract for guitar lessons. Too many strings attached. Oh, bump. I actually have to get back to a bunch of people about lessons. So if you're one of the bunch of people, sorry. It's just been a little crazy. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Zip. Whew. What else is going down? Hope everybody's having a good week. Oh, Shell, you're welcome. Very welcome. Okay. How long do we have here? About 15 minutes. Thank you, Andrew. All right. Yes, Blues Monday. I'm in the mood for some more Santana. I'm going to switch. Thank you, Eileen. I'm going to switch back to the Pia guitars because they're absolutely my favorite these days. And since I've been playing them most of the time, I'm having a little bit of a hard time finding my spot on the Parkers. Yeah. Getting thrown off. All these guitars have very different necks, very different feels. So, yeah. Okay, hey, Zach Thong is in the house. Hello, Zach. I think I saw you before. I'm just trying to keep track of everybody and say hi when I see you. Yeah. Mark, then yeah, I have relative pitch. Don't know what the conversation was, but an easy way to tell if you have perfect pitch is if you can name every note in this chord. And I'm not even kidding. I have a student. I could do this, literally. And I did it to test him. Because he does have perfect pitch. And I would just, I just did this. Literally, I went. And he named every single note. And he named the chord. Of course, that wasn't what I did the day I did it, but that's literally what perfect pitch is. Relative pitch is when you can hear a pitch and you know, like for example, I can hear certain things and I know exactly what they are. So like I can hear an A almost every time and call it out, as long as there's no other noise in the room, because that's distracting. So that's the difference. All right. Thank you, Eileen. All right, we're going to do a little Santana again, because not the same one, but because I'm in a Santana kind of mood. Alrighty. Ah, yes. Pia. You know, when I first played my Pia for at least a few weeks, I didn't want to play anything but it. And until recently, been using my gems again. Ah, cool. Well, the gems are great. It's a different neck. I actually really like this, the Pia neck. It just feels a little nicer to me than the gem neck. But that's me. And the gem neck is probably closer to what the Parker neck feels like. This is very flat and wide, and the Parker neck is very flat and thin, like way thinner than the gem neck. So like when I go between those two guitars, it's like super different. It's really like it takes a few minutes to get used to. I had an old Kramer from the 80s, and that was my first real guitar. It was a Kramer Pacer Deluxe. I still have it. And the neck is super wide and super flat. I think that's why I get along with this neck so well. Yeah. So anyway, that's the deal. All right. So what time? We have about 7 minutes left. What am I gonna do here? We're gonna do a fun one for Lori. We gotta pay some bills for Sean. Sean. That's right. There we go. Oh, look, they added a set list feature. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool thing. My app with the new update. Yeah. All right, so this one's going out to Lori. And then we got our last tune for the evening. All right. Let's see. Did I miss anything? No, Journey. Yeah. Means I actually prefer the Pia 2, and the back has a chunkier neck, like my Jackson Dinky, but a bit less because it has what they call the compound radius neck. Oh yeah, the Jackson Dinkies, man. I used to have, used to sell those. Yeah. Still build those with Kramer necks. Nice. Yeah, the Kramer stuff, they're great. I'm glad they're back because they were awesome. That was like the epitome of the 80s. Really cool stuff. Hey, Doug. Just stopped by to see what condition my condition was in. And a little Vinny shred. Well, all right. Well, thanks for coming by. We're going to do one more kick-ass tune. We're going to do some Journey. And then we're going to do a mellower tune to bring it down and send y'all on your way. Yes, he's... Oh, man. Crack me up. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for coming by and rocking and rolling on a Monday. And thanks for all the super chats, and I appreciate everybody hanging out. please hit the like and subscribe and the thumbs up. And if you're new, hopefully we'll see you again. What else? Share it with a friend who likes guitar, obviously. And we're gonna do this one tonight. Ryan, yeah, I don't do Over the Rainbow at this time anymore. I do it at 10 o'clock for Mom. But you guys and gals can put globes in the chat now. You guys can put the Earth. Yeah, the world. That's right. Because it's a wonderful world. And there's a lot of crap going on in it. And wow. So that's what we're doing. Closing out the show with this one. Little solo guitar. And here we go. Next Monday, yes sir. Every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And we go till about midnight. I should say about 9 p.m. Eastern Time because I'm always a little late setting up and something always has an update and there's always some kind of weird glitch. So yeah, 9-ish. All right. Here you go, everybody. Enjoy. This one goes out to Eileen because I would always do Sleepwalk for Eileen. So I love it. There they are. There are the globes. You guys, gals are awesome. You are all playing along well. Thank you so much. Yeah. Focus on the good. Then it is indeed what a wonderful world. Well, yeah. And one thing, keep in mind, Wendy would always say this, and it's be kind, be patient, be tolerant, because you never know what someone's going through. For those of you who haven't been here and you don't know, Wendy was my wife, and she passed away 2 years ago tomorrow. It's amazing that it's 2 years already. I may pop up tomorrow night and play the benefit concert that I throw in her memory every year for this company called Push to Walk, who does stuff for spinal injuries and whatnot. So that's what the show will be if I do come on tomorrow. It'll be that show. It's a long show, so grab your favorite drink, and it's all live bands, and I played in most of them. Yep, that happens every November, October, end of October, beginning of November. All right, so here we go. Have a great week, everybody. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Awesome. All right, everybody. Have a great week. Thanks for being here. And you never know. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great night, everyone. Take care.